Ooh. Julie, you wanna come on my channel? I mean, Sandstorm and stuff like that. What'd you say, buddy? Who's there? Who's there? Freaky man. Freaky man. What's up, freaky man? Freaky man. Say hi to Finnegan. Finnegan, say how. Say how. Two thumbs up. Holy shit. What's up, freaky man? What the hell is this? Divvy. What the fuck is this? Schnoise. What's all this noise? Schnoise bothering me. You guys are too noisy. Oh yeah, thanks for talking that drum with me. Fucking asshole vultures. Fucking asshole vultures. Not you guys. You guys are cool. Smoke joint with you guys any day. You was thirsty, wasn't you? Thirsty puppy. Thirsty puppy. All your water's gone. All your water's gone. He's a thirsty puppy. Such a thirsty puppo. What I miss? Freaky man. Freaky man. You guys ain't saying much today. I'm just rolling this reefer. You know me. Rolling the reefer. Rolling the reefer. All day, every day. Rolling the reefer. Girl, I want to make you sweat, sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry, push it some more. Oh, that again. Start that again. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a fellow that nobody can deny. Nobody can deny. Nobody can deny.
Today we go to
Opportunity is all around us.
Oh.
But to act on it, you need to get out of your comfort zone. With Grump.
Today we go to Monaco, the playground of the rich and famous. And home to the restaurant for today, Le Louis XV. It's located inside the Hotel de Paris in the entertainment district of Monte Carlo. The hotel opened in 1864 and has been entertaining guests for more than 115 years. They have every service under the sun. They will even pick you up at the nearby airport with a helicopter for 1,500 euros. Casino is also world famous. You might recognize it from films like Iron Man 2 and GoldenEye. Le Louis takes fine dining to a new level. It's named after King Louis XV of France, who was known for his love of food and luxury. They spared no expense, and the restaurant opened in 1987. Everything is dripping in luxury. The fresco on the ceiling, the chandeliers, the golden. And downstairs, there are 400,000 bottles of wine. The cooking style is classic French cuisine, thanks to chef Alain Ducasse. So who is Alain Ducasse?
Boy.
He was born in 1956 in France. He got his education in culinary arts, and at age 24 was awarded his first Michelin star. He was well on his way. Then in 1984, a disaster nearly cost him his life. He was on a private jet with some members of his team, flying over the Alps. They hit a patch of bad weather and crashed into the face of the mountain. Ducasse was the sole survivor. He was badly injured, but he was alive. From his hospital bed, he went back to work, creating recipes, writing menus, and managing his restaurant. He was unstoppable. In 1986, the Prince of Monaco offered young Alain Ducasse a job, head chef at his brand new restaurant, the Louis XV. But the position came with a challenge. Get 3 Michelin stars within 4 years. It took him just 33 months. Today, Ducasse is the second most decorated chef of all time, with 21 Michelin stars. He seems to have done it all, including a special menu for the International Space Station, making him one chef whose cooking truly is out of this world.
Wow.
We step in the door and wow, take your breath away. The space is absolutely huge. Now I know why it's called Le Louis. It was designed for a king. I have to say, I have been here before, in 2019, and it was not for me. It was a bit boring and old-fashioned. We are greeted warmly and shown to our table. The champagne tour comes around and they have a great selection. I go for a glass of Parisian Sons. We decide on the 6-course tasting menu for 380 grapes. The first thing to the table was flatbread with mushrooms baked in. They were super crunchy with a nutty flavor. I really liked it. Our appetizer shows us the colors along the Riviera. The amuse-bouche is lightly smoked sashimi from 4 different fish caught fresh that day. The service is dramatic. Everyone and everything is treated as if they are the most important in the world. Here you can experience what it's like to be royalty. The first course is shrimp with rockfish jelly covered in gold caviar. They say if you are going to serve caviar, use a big spoon. The chefs at Le Louis were listening. It's a tremendous opening course. Our next course is zebra squash with sea anemone. Anemone are also known as the flowers of the sea, but they are most famous as protectors of the clownfish, who are immune to their poisonous tentacles. The cooking process makes them safe for us to eat. They have an intense seafood flavor, offset nicely by the squash. The eating tools here are playful, interesting, and luxurious. Our next course is blue lobster over a wood fire. The sweet, smoky flavor is mouth-watering to think about. One of my favorites of the day. Suddenly, we are invited to tour the kitchen. It is massive and buzzing with excitement. We get to meet Chef Emmanuel Pilon. He is super friendly and generous with his time. He puts the final touches on our next course. Cuttlefish sliced razor thin with porcini mushrooms and ink juice. This dish has rich, complex flavors, and we eat right there in the kitchen. It feels spontaneous, but I'm sure it's all part of the plan. We get back for our main course, wheel with green cabbage, crushed citron, and anchovy. The wheel is free range, ultra tender, and cooked to perfection. They find a beautiful balance of sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. The pre-dessert is a green apple and mint granita. It's a frozen dessert from Italy, and here it is absolutely perfect. No meal would be complete without the cheese trophy. Of course, these are some of the best and most expensive cheeses in the world. It's always nice to make your own selection. The next dish looks delicious, but it's not for eating. It's actually rose petal infused water for cleaning our hands. Royal treatment once again. We tried 2 desserts. One is a rhubarb with a choice of rum. I loved dramatic presentation. The other is pear in 3 ways. Slices, in a souffle, and a sorbet. Irresistible. After the meal, we go out to the terrace to enjoy the sights and sounds of Monte Carlo at night. The waiter was so kind to bring the Perifors out to us. It was a perfect end to a delightful experience. For the drinks, the wine menu is huge. Remember, they have 400,000 bottles. I let the sommelier do his job and select wines to go with each course. With the sashimi, a lovely Chardonnay, a 2017 premier cru from the Saint-Omer region in France, with the squash and the sea anemone and other wonderful chardonnay, a Sachin Montrachet 2019, with the lobster a nice pinot from 2016, with the main course a Carignan from south of France, a good match with the willow. The sommelier was highly skilled and the wine pairing worked really nicely for its price. At the end of the day, the total for two came to 1,007 euros. And now my final thoughts on the Louis XV. The design is unreal. It's a
I'm gonna boof it.
luxury. The
I'm gonna
walls, the
Delta
seats,
8
all
Misty.
the special utensils.
Eat a gram of Delta 8
Service was great. They
Disty.
really know how to make you
You gonna
feel
boof it?
important.
That's
I
cool.
like the perfect mirror service. Elegant and professional, but kind and generous.
That's
I had a
cool.
great meal. Since my last visit, the kitchen has grown in exciting new directions. They have kept the traditional French cuisine but added a twist, like the fermented vegetables and the sashimi. Besides the chef, I would like to highlight another gentleman, the head waiter. He was like a conductor, organizing everything brilliantly. It must be challenging to maintain perfection in this massive place. For me, the Louis XV redeemed itself today. Here you can experience what it's like to be king. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. See you next time.
You can call me stupid. You can call me cheap. You can say I can't see. When I was younger, I dreamed of having a record store, but I never thought this would ever happen. Growing up, I spent a lot of time in the record store, going downtown and flipping through records. I always thought this would be the cool job to have.
When we started dating, I had 12 CDs, and then, I think Rob had 1,000. We got to the part where, we had the house, we had the kids, we had both had great careers.
When we got to the point of retiring, I thought, you know what, why don't I open a record store? It's a risk, but I think it'll be a lot of fun trying to take this journey and see where it takes us.
The one side is the passion to do it, the other side is overcoming the fear. We reached out to Nico, our TD wealth advisor, to talk to him about it.
A big part of having the TD advisor is having someone that you do build up that trust. Life's ever changing, and it's knowing that there's someone that we can call right away and give us good advice for our future plans.
I like the relationship that we have with him.
Boof it,
helped
boof
me
it,
know that
boof it, boof it,
everything
boof
else
it.
is secure. He gave me comfort
Delta
around
8
the financial piece of
Disty,
it.
I
eh?
think that was probably like the really
Oh, this is
part is knowing
shut up. Eating. What's this?
San Diego, California, is one of the top 5 vacation destinations in the US and is home to the Keating Hotel, which lies in the heart of the city's buzzing.
Today we go to Monaco, the
Monaco.
playground of the rich and famous, and home to the Louis XV. It's located inside the hotel. Welcome to a taste of luxury. In this channel, I take you to some of the world's most exclusive 3 Michelin star restaurants. My name is Alexander. I'm a co-owner of the 1 Michelin star restaurant, and I am on a mission to find inspiration in gastronomy. I love fine dining, good wine, and sharing what I know with other people. So join me. Welcome, Alexander the guest. Today we have a special treat for you. We are going to the top of the list of the world's 50 best restaurants to check out the 2022 champion, Geranium. Geranium is located in Copenhagen, but not where you might expect a 3 Michelin star restaurant to be. It's not on the high street, it's not in a trendy neighborhood, nor a 5-star hotel. It's actually in a football stadium. The genius in the kitchen is the head chef, Rasmus Koffel. He's one of the best known chefs in the world for winning the Bocuse d'Or, which is basically the World Cup of cooking. Rasmus took home bronze in 2005, silver in 2007, and gold in 2011. He's the only chef to have all 3 statues. His restaurant, Geranium, was the first in Denmark to get 3 Michelin stars, back in 2016. So the all-star chef, Rasmus Kofoed, has won pretty much everything. Now he is coaching other chefs. He coached the Hungarian team in 2016 and the Danish team in 2019. Both got gold in the European Bocuse d'Or. I have been lucky enough to try his cuisine a few times. Once was at Four Heads Dinner in Budapest. I have also been to Geranium twice before, but since I was here last, the menu and the restaurant have been revamped. So I'm looking forward to it. I have big expectations. After all, this is the best restaurant in the world. Finding Geranium is easy. Go to Parken, the big stadium, and go to the 8th floor. You step out of the lift and into the restaurant. You might think stadium is a strange place for a 3 Michelin star restaurant, but when you see the panoramic view, you totally get it. The space is huge and bright. It has a clean, minimalist design and large windows overlooking the park and the city, all the way to the sea. The concept has changed only slightly from before. The white tablecloths have been replaced by marble top wooden tables, and the walls have floral accents. Where it is. It's simple but luxurious at the same time, and the Danes managed to keep the direct, friendly atmosphere. The same goes for the service. Elegant, yet easygoing. The welcoming is typical Scandinavian. Nice and simple. Nothing is stiff, forced, or over the top. The servers are dressed differently, which is rare for a 3 Michelin star. But they look sharp, so it works. The servers are young and international. Some have come all the way from Australia to work here. But none of them are veterans with the years of experience we see so often at a 3 Michelin star level. There are close to 40 people in the kitchen, and the finishing area is out in the open and part of the chef. The final touches are done at the table, adding another level of excitement. Geranium loves culinary. Last year, they introduced a pescatarian menu. That means there is no meat, but we can expect fish and seafood. The chef himself has been eating this way for a long time, and here in Denmark, it fits. The restaurant offers a degustation menu featuring 90 pescatarian and vegetarian dishes.
Look at the skin, baby.
Love
She
it.
is glowing. She is 1 of 1.
With new Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, 95% of women had visibly better skin.
My skin is so much more moisturized. Make a difference with Olay.
The welcome champagne arrives by Troy, with 4 batches available for tasting. Krug is my favorite. They used to have it by the glass, but not anymore. Times are changing and Krug is getting more and more rare. But still, Geranium has a great selection to choose from. The first course arrives immediately after the champagne. It's a crunchy seaweed basket, in line with Danish tradition. It's basically edible art. I'm blown away by the artistry and the taste.
On top, we have crispy.
Through the meal are beautiful dishes on spotless plates with tweezer techniques in every single dish. The plates are all natural, the flavor sharp and refined, and everything is delicious. The chef's skill really shows, and it's clear that his game is a step above the rest. His menu is served in 3 acts with 5 starters, 7 savory, and 7 sweet dishes. Some compositions remind me of a Japanese flower arrangement. The flowers, of course, are edible, and the courgettes form a stunning bouquet. The next course is lobster, and before serving, white flowers are smoked at the table to enhance the flavor. It's paired with an excellent red wine. At this moment, there are simply no words to describe the experience. I'm in my happy place. It's a visual frenzy that is high-end to the last detail. And then they bring it. The next course was truffle dish. It was good, but didn't fit with the excellence of this menu. In terms of experience and taste, it was a step back. But with the desserts, a nice recovery. Once again, we were back to to the sophistication of an all-star team. Multiple temperatures, textures, and exciting presentation were all here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the wine.
Let's talk
For
about
the
the wine.
degustation menu, there were 4 wine pairings to choose from, ranging from 270 to 2,700 euros. Maybe the most expensive wine pairing on earth. We chose the 2 middle courses and enjoyed some outstanding wines by the glass. Geranium also has a non-alcoholic selection too, with some interesting and delicious choices. They serve kombuchas, extractions, juices, and fancy mocktails. After dessert, the kitchen was finished, and there was just some drinks before it was time to say goodbye to our afternoon at Geranium. The kitchen was done pushing out horses, and we could feel the sense or urgency getting more relaxed. All they needed to do was hang on for the win. But sadly, here is where the service started to fall apart.
At Canadian Tire, we have everything you need to go electric this spring.
Wagwan.
How fast you go?
Wagwan.
It's up to you. Ready for spring. Canadian Tire.
Wagwan, said it. Wagwan.
A day like this calls for McCain fries and family, so just make it a Friday.
They relaxed a little bit too much. Empty wine glasses and dessert plates were left on the table. The water had run out and it had been 20 minutes since coffee. In 3 Michelin star dining, we rarely see this. Could I let it go? Absolutely. It was the only mistake I'd seen in 3 visits. And otherwise, it was absolutely perfect. Before we set off, I was invited to see the kitchen and white cellar. Both were spotless. And now, my final thoughts on Geranium. The new design is just what I hoped for. Simple, elegant, and beautiful. The view is breathtaking. The service was strong, but they lost the ball at the end for a bit. Maybe the young staff just needs more experience, or maybe they could use a veteran. It's always good to have someone with 25 years under their belt. Minus the truffle dish, the food was exceptional. One of the best menus on the planet. In a world of 8 billion people, it's an honor to eat food prepared by the best. Rasmus Kofoed proved to be a true all-star of the kitchen. It's really something. The nearly 3-hour experience is like no other, and some moments blew me away. I wish the service had gone the distance, but it reminded me that even the best teams can sometimes slip up. That said, Geranium is still top 5 in my life. That's how good this place is. Delicious, unique food, presented beautifully in a gorgeous restaurant overlooking Copenhagen. For that, I would come back in a heartbeat. And that does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. Come back soon. And together, we will go to the next 3 Michelin star restaurant and enjoy another taste of luxury with Alexander the Guest.
You can call me stupid. You can call me cheap. You can say I can't see.
We are going to the Big Apple, to the heart of New York City, Manhattan. Going to one of the world's best restaurants, EMP, 11 Madison Park. In this channel, I take you to some of the world's most exclusive 3 Michelin star restaurants. My name is Alexander. I'm the co-owner of a Michelin star restaurant. Welcome to Alexander the Guest. EMP sits on the ground floor of the MetLife building north. This building was designed to be the tallest in the world back in 1928. But with the Great Depression, they stopped after 30 floors. In 2006, Swiss chef Daniel Humm and front of house specialist Will Villara joined the team and started to shake things up. In his book, Unreasonable Hospitality, Will recalls one of their first reviews of the restaurant in the New York Observer back in 2006. I highly recommend his book. The critics said EMP needed a bit of Miles Davis. They really took it to heart, and Miles Davis became the guardian. They came up with a list of 11 words to describe Miles Davis, and 5 stone words for the rest. It transformed the In 2010, EMP received the first Michelin star. Then in 2012, they went directly to 3 stars. An exceptional achievement. The last time a restaurant got 3 stars within 2 years was back in the 80s. Then in 2017, 11 Madison tops the world's 50 best restaurants list. It seemed nothing could stop. Then the pandemic. They closed the doors. Another challenge. Chef Daniel Huhn rises to it and opens 11 Madison Park as a community kitchen. They serve over 1 million meals to New Yorkers who need food. When it was time to reopen in 2021, Chef Huhn decides to focus on a new challenge. Scrap the old menu and totally redesign it. This time, 100% plant-based.
The world is changing, the food system is changing, the climate is changing, and I felt like I had a responsibility to use this platform, to use my voice.
To go fully plant-based seems like a brave but risky move. But the chef went for it and put all 3 of EMP's Michelin stars on the line. Then in October 2022, the Michelin Guide makes their decision.
11 Madison Park, Chef Daniel Huhn!
EMP would not lose any of their stars. That made 11 Madison Park the first vegan 3 Michelin star restaurant in the world. We arrived at 11 Madison Park on a snowy, windy day. Finding the entrance was a little tricky for me, but I found it. Right away, my wife, daughter, and I feel how special this space is. The first thing we notice is the towering ceiling over 10 meters tall.
Skin your face will envy? With Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion, 95% of women have visibly smoother skin. Be fearless. Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion and Body Wash.
The space is elegantly designed with beautiful wooden stoneware with dramatic light and modern art. They have a piece by New York artist Rashid Johnson. This is called the Broken Form. We are seated by a warm, friendly woman and are given our options for the evening. We go for the full 9-course tasting menu. I'm not a vegan by any means, but I'm super curious about this open menu and looking forward to it. For drinks, we try some fruit in and alcohol cocktails, but I'm all about the wine. The wineness was impressive and included some great selections. 11 whites and 11 reds. By the glass. 11. It's all in the details. The sommelier is personable and took all the time we needed. We go for a Batar Montrachet 2017, as this was a great year both for the wine and the restaurant. The Amuse-Bouche arrives. It's a radish soup with a spiciness that got my attention. They keep the radish theme going with the first course. A radish tea and dumpling. Great tableside presentation here and a powerful start. Next is a winter radish with sea fennel and mint that was also super flavorful. After that was something really interesting. It's called tambourine, the edible seeds of the cypress tree. It's also known as lamb caviar. It has the pulp and feel of a caviar too. It's paired with beetroot and horseradish cream. It's fascinating and totally new for me. So far the service has been attentive and happy. You step up and someone is right there to help you with whatever you need. You drop a napkin, someone is right there with the new one. The next 2 courses were with potato and black truffle from France. Its creamy gives it a rich, complex umami flavor. The menu is complex and magnificent so far, with lots of umami flavor. But the aroma profile of my 2017 Batar Montrachet doesn't always work. The sommelier has an excellent recommendation, a beautiful Pinot Noir. The next is shiitake mushrooms with rice, essential peppercorn, and pesto. The flavors are out of this world and very interesting with the people. The presentation is original and refreshing. There is some tweezer work, but the dishes are not over-decorated. Each dish is like a piece of modern art. I just wish the lights were a bit brighter. so I could see the food in its full glory. Before dessert, we are surprised with the tour of the kitchen and reminded of who drives innovation at EMP. Miles Davis was born in 1926 and is widely regarded as the most influential jazz musician of all time. He spent more than 25 years in New York City and recorded many of his most important albums here. The top 11 words that define Miles Davis still hangs in the kitchen and they still live by them today. Inspiring indeed. We have a special treat, maple syrup over snow. Time. He spent more than 25 years in New York City and recorded many of his most important albums here. The top 11 words that define Miles Davis still hangs in the kitchen and they
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to take a picture of this.
still live by them today. Inspiring indeed. We have a special treat, maple syrup over snow. Not to worry, the snow isn't from the streets of New York, she said. It's actually made from apples and pears. It was a nice change from sorbet, a really creative palate cleanser. Back at our table, they served dessert. Apple with tonka bean ice cream, followed by a citrus dish with apricot cream and mandarin. Simple and amazing. You might be wondering how EMP can manage without traditional kitchen staples like butter and cream. They work closely with a Brooklyn biotech company called Kingdom Supercultures and use science to create vegan substitutes that are just as flavorful. The total price for the three of us came to just over 3,000 US with tax. And now for my final thoughts on 11 Madison Park. A bit dark for me, but the atmosphere manages to be warm and inviting, but upscale and refined at the same time. The service was excellent. The team is highly trained and always ready to help. They are professional, yet warm and welcoming. I love that. The food. At first, I was a little skeptical about the smell. I was worried they might try to imitate other foods like I have seen elsewhere. Not here. It's new, original concept. As a meat eater, I was absolutely amazed. Sitting there, a thought flashed through my mind. The chef, Daniel Huhn, is a genius. He is truly a trailblazer of cuisine. The magician in the kitchen, proving that plant-based can exist at the 3 Michelin star level. His flavor combinations are intense and each dish presented like a piece of modern art. Magnificent. To think this journey all started with a restaurant critic. It proves that inspiration can come from unlikely places. And for me, this experience has definitely been an inspiring one. And that does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. See you next time.
You can call me stupid.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as a $50 bonding treatment for softness and resilience.
One of the most beautiful locations on Earth has got to be Côte d'Azur, French Riviera, the place to be for sun, sea, and luxury. Cannes, Nice, Monaco are all here. And so is our restaurant for today, the world-famous Mirazur. In this channel, I take you to some of the world's most exclusive 3 Michelin star restaurants. My name is Alexander. I'm the co-owner of a 1 Michelin star restaurant. Welcome to Alexander the Guest. Mirazur loosely translates to look at the blue. With this view, it's hard not to. Mirazur is the work of chef Mauro Colagreco. He was born in Argentina in 1976 to Italian parents. When he became a chef, he came to France to learn from the greats. After living in Paris, Colagreco decided to slow things down a bit and open a restaurant here in Menton. Chef believes in an ultra-short supply chain. They grow most of the ingredients. The Whitechapel garden has 30 types of tomatoes alone. Everything harvested and served in the shortest possible time frame. That means the mushroom you are eating was picked that morning or even minutes ago. Mirazur opened in 2006 and got its first Michelin star within a year. In 2012, it got the second. It got the third in 2019. That year, I visited for the first time. This was a big year for Colagreco, as Mirazur was named #1 in the world's 50 best restaurants. The menu here is really unique because there is none. Root vegetables, leaf vegetables, flowers, and fruit. These are the themes that rotate according to the moon and stars. On the website, you can see the schedule. There are some staple items, but everything else is a surprise. Colagreco says this is the secret to growing as a chef and evolving as a restaurant. I love the break. We arrive at the restaurant and are amazed at the beautiful 1930s rotunda building. The open kitchen takes the first floor, and the second floor is the dining area with that view. Colagreco has a thing for nature, and wood is front and center in this dining room. Here they go without the white tablecloths. It can be a sign that they are less formal and more personal. I love how there is a lot of room too. We are mesmerized by this beautiful view of the sea. One of the servers from Argentina tells us he would be happy to pull the blinds if we get bored of the view. I'm sure he says that to everybody, but his delivery was spot on and it gave us a good laugh. I'm happy to see the service that is light and carefree. You can tell this attitude is baked right into the culture here at Mirazur. That's exactly how I like it. We go for the tasting menu for 380 euros. It started with a lovely tapas with a nice selection of fancy finger food. There were tartlets with cabbage and kimchi mayonnaise, chips of tapioca with tuna tartare, pasta stuffed with spinach and parmesan cheese, cannelé with sage and comté cheese, and a cherry panda pan with cream of pork. It was a nice way to open the meal. Then came the sharing bed.
cooked in our oven and down in our garden. But it's also a special moment for our chef Mauro Colagreco because it's the recipe of his grandmother.
Soft and delicious. It's served with his signature lemon-infused olive oil. We also had this crown of Cetus, topped with stracciatella cheese and caviar. It was fresh, crisp, and acidic. I really like this one. The second course was a beautiful presentation of Salanova lettuce with vermouth sauce. Next, a fresh salad with a great dressing that complemented the greens. It's creamy, balanced, and really nice. The squid was with spinach, green tea sauce. The flavor combinations here were really exciting, and textures were surprising as well. Next was the ravioli with goat cheese and mushrooms. Classic, traditional, comfort food, perfectly cooked. Then was the fillet of sea bream with sake sauce. The sweet fruity notes of the sake went really well with the salty seafood.
There.